Hello, beautiful souls, welcome. In today's video, we are doing a collective reading and energy updates for our beautiful collective. I hope you're all doing really well. I would love to hear from you in the comments below if you feel guided to let me know how you are feeling currently. I'm going to go ahead and start off this reading with one of the oracle decks. I typically pull cards from this deck related to love and connection, but technically they could relate to any area of your life. By the way, if you want to contribute your energy in a stronger way to the reading, I do recommend liking the video and subscribing, as these are forms of energetic transference that help me pick up on your energy more easily. Okay, so right away, I'm getting the card mirroring, and I'm strongly picking up on some kind of romantic connection for someone listening, where you and another individual are strongly mirroring one another. I'm hearing that whenever you are feeling something, this other person is feeling it at the same time, very often, and vice versa. Sometimes you might feel a certain way out of the blue that doesn't match your current reality, because what you are feeling is a mirror reflection from this other person. They are essentially transferring energy to you through the quantum, as you have a strong energetic connection. I haven't yet pulled cards or downloaded information regarding what kind of connection this could potentially be, although of course your intuition already knows the answers to these things. Your intuition is the compass of your life experience, and as I often say in these readings, my goal is to help you consciously connect with your internal voice, your intuition. So always be sure to use your intuition throughout these readings and only take the messages that resonate with you. For some reason, I'm seeing a very unique or colorful bird with a striking appearance. This bird might be relevant for some of you listening. We're also getting the card alone and community in the reverse position. I feel that while you are strongly mirroring each other in the spiritual realm energetically, one or both of you is feeling deeply alone and isolated right now. This might be another dynamic shared between the two of you, where you're both feeling a bit alone, a bit disconnected. However, if that's not the case and only one of you is feeling this loneliness, I'm getting that it might be the masculine energy in this situation. If one of you identifies more with the masculine energy, do keep in mind, these labels divine feminine and divine masculine are just terms to describe energies. We all have a balance internally of both. I keep seeing a masculine energy that is completely alone, kind of in the dark. I'm literally seeing him in a dark room, holding his head in his hands, just feeling very, very lonely. This could be the energy you're picking up from this masculine if you consider yourself to be more the feminine energy in this connection. Alternatively, this could be mirrored by you, so you might be feeling some of this loneliness as well. Regardless, there's also something about this person's social environment. I have to sigh because the energy is intense. It's not necessarily heavy, but it feels immovable if that's the correct word to describe it. It's hard to find physical words to describe these energetic experiences, but thank you for bearing with me as I try to articulate this. It feels as though your energy is immovable to this person. You are always around them, always with them, and they have this deep sense that they can't shake you. You're always going to be present with them. I'm even starting to tear up, and that's their emotions toward you. They feel such passion for you. It almost turns into sadness. There's something about this person's social circle, their community, or their family that they're feeling disconnected from. They've been elevated to this sacred journey. They were always on this journey, but unconsciously. Their soul chose this path, but circumstances kept them in an unconscious place for a while. Now they're becoming consciously aware of their sacred journey, and somehow, this journey involves you. This is why they're feeling so isolated from their community. Others around them are still living unconsciously, still in lower vibrational spaces. But this masculine has been plucked from that path and placed on their sacred journey in a more conscious way. This is a cause of sadness for them because they feel disconnected from those around them. Their higher self is urging them to hurry up and learn the lessons, almost pushing them through this process. I see that they may have been moving slowly, then suddenly they were shifted to the right path, and now their higher self is pushing them through lesson after lesson, almost like they're racing to catch up with you, divine feminine, trying to reach union. Their soul desires this union, but they know they have to go through these lessons first. Their soul is trying to rapidly push them through these lessons so they can connect with you. However, this has been very tiring for their physical self. The lessons have been difficult. I'm hearing them say, "I've let go of so much. I'm afraid there's going to be nothing left." This person's life is in a sense really being emptied out by these lessons, leaving them to feel like they are being stripped away of everything familiar. Divine energy is creating space for what is more aligned for them. But again, that's happening in such a rapid-fire way that it might feel overwhelming at times to their physical human self. I'm getting that in those moments of overwhelm, this masculine may have a tendency to shut down, especially emotionally, when it comes to expressing what they're feeling with you, divine feminine. But I do see that their heart is healing through all of this. It's just that so much of this healing has had to happen on this deeply personal, individual level. I'm hearing them say, "I have to find true happiness and fulfillment from within myself before I'm able to fully step up as your masculine counterpart, divine feminine, and be able to offer you that kind of stable, balanced, sturdy connection in the physical 3D world that I know you deserve." That's what I feel this person's soul saying here. A very intense message is coming through in this reading. Today, I want to go deeper into how exactly this masculine is healing their heart, because we do have the broken heart card reversed, and how this is leading to an opening of their heart chakra, and also a connection of their heart chakra to the third eye, which is the seat of intuition. So, this could be someone who is going to be more consciously hearing and following their intuition because of the way they are healing and opening their heart. Now, I'm going to reshuffle the cards and see what other messages, people, things, or dynamics are attached to your energy at this time. Clearly, the term divine feminine keeps coming up throughout the reading, so I'm sensing that more than likely, most of you who are connecting with this reading will consider yourselves divine feminine. Not necessarily everyone, but most of you. Because of that majority, I will be putting the label divine feminine in the title of the reading, but do always use your intuition. It's very possible these labels could be reversed in your scenario. I'm feeling really guided to the Work Your Light Oracle deck now. So, what do the beautiful divine feminines need to know? Wow, I just got a wave of chills here, lots of goosebumps in this reading. So, we have the crumbling. I'm hearing lots of sighing as well. Maybe you find yourself sighing when thinking about a certain person or around a certain person. Or maybe they feel that way around you. This could also be a sign for someone to pause and take a breath, literally or metaphorically, to do breath work. Allow yourself time to really breathe a light into your being, into your physical body, through deep breaths. I'm hearing the power of your breath. You might be feeling guided to use the power of your breath to help clear and cleanse your energy and align your energetic field. That was just a bit of a side note for someone, but with the card, the crumbling. We're getting the message, what are you clinging onto? Then we have the Priestess card, how are you being called to step up and lead? I'm getting this very strong message that within you, divine feminine, there might be certain things or dynamics coming up that are meant to crumble. Some of these things might be very difficult or scary to let go of because I'm hearing you are letting go of patterns that most people are still holding on to. You are forging this new path. You are this example of light and unconditional love, and your path is so unique that at times it can be scary to you. There might be certain patterns that have come up within you recently, or certain people you've realized you are meant to be either setting boundaries with, pulling back your energy from, or redefining your connection with, in order to really value and respect your own time and energy. I feel that you're being asked to honor that. You might even find it beneficial to do a kind of journaling exercise where you stream your consciousness and write in response to the question, what are you clinging onto? Just see what comes up. Very often, this stream of consciousness writing can be really powerful because, as we write in a kind of meditative stance or state, we are, in a sense, beginning to tap into our lower mind, our subconscious mind, which is really the driver of our thoughts and mind overall. Stream of consciousness writing can help us process and access some of what's going on in our subconscious. Specifically, in this context, it might bring to light certain things, patterns, or people that you've been holding on to. These could even be outdated ideas of yourself that need to undergo some kind of ego death, that need to be released. Ultimately, this crumbling is shifting you higher into the Priestess energy. This card says, how are you being called to step up and lead? So, again, part of what's crumbling here could actually be related to you being called to let go of certain things, dynamics, or patterns that most people are still holding on to. There may also be some kind of self-discovery process taking place here. I'm hearing, what would you want to do? Who would you want to be if no one else's opinion of you mattered completely apart from what society has told you to be? What other people have wanted for you or projected onto you? Who do you truly desire yourself to be? And how can you create more of that person? How can you show up more as that person for you in your daily life? But we're also getting the cards Lost Karmic Partner and Soulmate. Wow! With the Lost card, I do see that this says loss of self and identity, discover your true self again. I am getting one final personal message for you, Divine Feminine. Where it may feel like a loss to let go of some aspect of you, or your past versions of self that have been called to the surface for crumbling. That you intuitively know it's time to redefine or release. But I'm hearing that this perceived loss of an old version of you is creating space for this. New Priestess, you are stepping into this new version you are becoming, that you've always been meant to be. You are also meant to be a leader, not a follower, especially when it comes to beliefs, thought patterns, and life paths. Generally, you are most likely someone who has always been very resistant to following the crowd, to going along with what society has told you to be or do. You've always had that rebellious spirit. That's because you came here to mediate the spiritual world to the human realm, to be an anchor for that higher vibrational energy, for that light energy. This means you are not going to be someone who feels satisfied falling in line. You are forging your own path because that is what you came here to do. It's what you've been destined to do. Getting back to this Karmic Partner and Soulmate card, I don't know who this is for. This might be very specific, but I'm picking up on someone who's had a soulmate, a potential soulmate, we'll say. Someone who shares a similar core soul frequency to your own, who has been involved or tied up in some kind of karmic relationship. I feel that the involvement of this karmic partner, I'm hearing they stayed in this relationship or partnership long after it expired spiritually and emotionally. Because they stayed in a connection that had expired, it delayed some portal of opportunity for the two of you to come together, possibly even to meet. For some of you, this may be a potential soulmate that you haven't even met yet, someone you've always sensed was out there but was caught up in some kind of karmic connection or relationship. So, if you always sensed the presence of someone or sensed that you were going to meet someone, but couldn't really put your finger on what it was or why you may have even felt delusional at times. But this was because you actually had this soulmate or have this soulmate who connected with a karmic partner and was meant to learn a lesson and move on, but delayed by remaining in that connection after the lesson had already been learned. This put you in a position where you were possibly feeling kind of in limbo romantically speaking, because you could sense a deep connection to this person who was delaying the connection with you due to some kind of expired karmic connection that they were remaining in the physical 3D world. For some of you, this could be someone that you already know physically, that you've met, that you've connected with, even someone you dated in the past or were romantic with. For others of you, this could be someone you've sensed spiritually because the two of you have always been connected, but that you may not have even met yet physically. We are also getting the denial card here. I see this as representing that the reason this particular soulmate of yours may have been staying in this karmic connection past what we're calling its expiration date, which is essentially just the point at which they had already learned the lessons. Again, the lessons had been learned here, and once the lessons are learned, the karmic contract technically expires. But for some reason, this soulmate was delaying actually fully exiting this karmic situation in 3D. It's because of some form of denial that may have involved either a sense of duty towards this person or possibly repressed emotions that they had learned not to allow themselves to feel or to deny in some way. I keep getting this tingling around my third eye chakra as I'm channeling into this soulmate's energy, which tells me that they are beginning to see through some kind of deception or denial here regarding this karmic situation, even if this is just the deception within themselves. This means how they were trying to deceive themselves into believing that they were feeling some type of way that they weren't actually feeling, or to repress some kind of emotion that they were actually feeling. Whichever way this is going here, I'm seeing red roses for some reason. Now, of course, this soulmate for some of you could be the same physical person that we were channeling earlier. For others of you, this may be someone that is entirely different or someone you haven't even met yet in the physical world. Only you can know how or if that portion of the reading connects with you. We have the card, "I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone." We also have the card, "I want a future with you." The message or thought is coming up in this reading, why aren't they pursuing it now? Or why aren't they going after it now? I feel like this is someone in a lot of regret and telling themselves that they do want this future with you, that they want to be together with you, but it's almost like they're sitting in this energy, or they don't appear to be doing anything about it at the moment. And yet they're saying, "We're meant to be together. I will wait as long as it takes for a shot with you." I'm hearing bettering themselves. They might not be taking action towards you at the moment, because this is someone who's actually working to better themselves and their own life first. But I don't feel like that's the whole story here. We have creativity and community. Maybe something or someone in their community has discouraged them or blocked them from currently reaching out to you, and they are working on releasing some of these. I'm seeing intertwining strings, almost like representing codependency. It doesn't necessarily have to be codependency with a person in a romantic relationship. This could be that this person is codependent with a community, meaning there might be a belief system, a culture, a group of people, groupthink, or a family. Something that has them thinking or feeling a certain way. This way of thinking, or these people around them, may have blocked them either mentally, or maybe they did discourage them literally from taking action towards you right now. This person is stubborn emotionally, and they've held on to you very stubbornly in their mind. They've been, again, sitting in this regret, thinking about how they want a future with you, emphasizing to me, and only you, and how they feel that the two of you are meant to be together. They are putting themselves on hold or waiting even just for the chance to have a shot with you. I do feel that something in this person's perception needs to change. We do have the card perception. There might be certain belief systems, ways of thinking, or aspects of their upbringing that they need to let go of in order to make some kind of move towards you in the present. There's something they need to surrender or release here. This might be that they need to release control over how you're going to react in the present if they do fully open their heart to you and take this shot. Part of what they may have been trained into or programmed into, or what people around them might be saying, could be creating some fear in them when it comes to being heart open with you in the now, even though they're so heavily visualizing this future with you. We have Ace of Pentacles upright. This person might be starting a new job, starting a new business, or saving or working towards something here that does feel very powerful in the long term, but, at the moment, very new for them. They might also be going through the beginnings of some kind of spiritual awakening, or feeling like they're suddenly getting a sense of clarity that they're still working on making sense of. With the Moon card upright, it's almost like this is someone really beginning to connect with their intuition strongly for the first time. This is causing them to have some kind of awakening that is giving them a strong sense of clarity, but it's like the dust has to settle. They have to allow themselves to get clear on what this newfound sense of intuition is speaking to them. This intuition is ultimately pushing them to release past people, things, or outdated energies, whether within their being or with people they're connected to, and to move towards the Empress. I'm hearing in a radical way with the Empress card coming out here. They can feel their intuition pulling them towards you. You, being the Empress here, that's where their heart is. The Empress card is really centered on their heart space. But I feel that what they're still working to listen to their intuition about and let go of are these issues around needing to control the outcome, control the dynamic. Possibly holding on to past people or things in their life that they know deep down are really no longer aligned with them. I feel something about this energy is really beginning to pick up momentum because we have Temperance reversed. I feel this being almost like this sense of urgency, like them really being pushed to let go of these past things and to move towards you being the Empress. It's interesting because as we channel into these different dynamics, whether for you this is all the same physical person, whether you are only connecting with some of these energies or all of them, what they all have in common is they seem to be individuals who are feeling a pull towards you in the heart space that is giving them a really strong sense of urgency, almost like they're racing forward or being pushed forward by their higher self to connect with you. While you are in this kind of relaxed, receptive stance here as the Empress. So you might see this playing out in your life as you are picking up, almost in this psychic way, on the urgency that certain people connected to you are feeling to very quickly learn their spiritual lessons, better themselves, and come towards you with some kind of an offer. You might even feel these restless feelings from time to time as well. But do know that you are extremely divinely protected at this time. We do have the Hand of Fatima, which is so deeply connected to the concept of the evil eye symbol that we think of as being a sign of spiritual protection. Again, I just see this really representing how protected you and your spiritual path are at this time. In fact, I'm hearing you are actually being shielded or hidden from prying eyes and people who would not reciprocate with you in a balanced way or send you positive energy. It's almost like if someone's in a low vibrational space, they're not going to be able to find you in a literal sense in the physical world, or even in a spiritual, energetic sense. They're going to feel disconnected from you. This is because you are being protected from those types of energies. For some reason, I keep hearing prying eyes, so you might have certain individuals who have tried to kind of get a read on what you're up to in your life, where you're at and what you're doing. They might not even be doing this in a malicious way, but it's like if they were to connect with your energy more consciously as they're kind of seeking it out, they might create this draining effect on you. But you're actually being hidden from them. They feel so disconnected from you and will continue to feel that way until and unless they get on your level. In a sense, energetically, they raise their vibration to where you are and connect with you from that higher level place. So I am going to be reading one final Rumi oracle message, and this is from the card Sacred Soul Sister. When you are conscious, a cloud of sadness surrounds you. When you are beyond consciousness, the moon rests in your arms. When you are conscious, the beloved moves out of your reach. When you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. When you are conscious, you are depressed like fall. When you are beyond consciousness, the winter cold feels like spring. All your wavering is due to your longing to be stable. Look for instability until you become stable. The guidebook also says your sacred soul sister is your partner in consciousness. Make no mistake, she is you. She is just the part of you so great you cannot always see her from the conscious mind. To tap into her wisdom, to distill a teaching from the fragmented memory of a dream or a subtle feeling experienced in meditation, requires you to walk with her gait, not the fast-paced, forward-moving canter of your conscious and intellectual mind. Her gait is meandering and apparently unstudied, yet she is in deep concentration to feel for the truth of movement, to allow what is emerging to express itself through her. She is listening rather than demanding to know, to force, to speak, and to direct. To receive her genius and benefit most fully from it requires a willingness to surrender logic, to open up to inspiration, to become empty, to let the mind soften and become receptive, open, and permeable. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. Have a beautiful remainder of your day, and I will connect with you here again soon.